Hi everyone, welcome to the Kraft YouTube channel and welcome to the system design series. This is the first lecture of the system design series. In this first lecture, we will learn what happens when we type anything in the URL of your web browsers. Like what happens when you type www.google.com or amazon.com or any website. So what happens behind the scenes? So let me draw the diagram and I will explain you what happens. Let me take my pen. Let us say this is your computer or laptop. In this is the client. Now you have typed www.techcraft.com. Let us say you have typed www.techcraft.com. Now the request will be sent to the server of that website. This is the server. Now the server will run a program inside it. Means let's say it will return the home page. Means if you have typed www.techcraft.com slash contacts, means the contacts page will open. Or else if you have typed slash accounts, means accounts page will be displayed. So by default, if you have typed www.techcraft.com, then what happens? Generally home page of that website will be displayed. So you have sent the request by typing www.techcraft.com. Now the response will be sent to the client in the form of HTML. So everything is fine, but how your web browser or how your computer knows that that is the server? Means involved there are many servers, like not only one server, right? There are many servers. Maybe there are more than one server, two servers. But how your computer knows that this is the TechCraft server? There are many servers, right? So there is a third person helping for this two person called as DNS. DNS is a third person, helps both client and servers for getting the IP address of the server. So how DNS works? So let me share you the second slide. We will draw in the second slide. See, okay. In order to display the techgraph.com web page, you have to know the IP address of the web page. But humans cannot remember the IP addresses. Let's say the IP address of that the server is 172.19.23. Something else. So humans cannot remember these IP addresses. Let's say you want to, if you want to go to shopping, like if you have typed www.flipkart.com, but we just type flipkart.com, that's it. But we don't remember the IP address of the Flipkart. So who helps to get these IP addresses? The DNS will help to get these IP addresses. So let's say this is your system or computer. First, the request is sent to the DNS. This DNS, actually DNS resolver. Sorry, will draw neatly. Just a second. Okay. Now the request is first sent to the DNS resolver. This is the DNS resolver. Actually, what is the full form of DNS? Means domain name system. Let me write here. Domain name system. So this DNS resolver first check in its cache. So what is cache? Cache is a type of memory, temporary memory. So first it checks in the cache whether the techgraph.com server's IP address is there or not. It checks. If you have visited, let's say you have visited, this is the first time you are visiting this techgraph.com website. So the IP address will not be available in the cache, right? So the request will be sent to the root server. DNS, actually it is the DNS root server, not belong to the TechCraft. DNS root server. Now this DNS root server will give the IP address of another server that is called as top level domain server. It returns the IP address of the top level domain server. Now the request will be sent to the top level domain server, TLD server. Now this TLD server has the information about .com. Means, let's say our website is techcraft.com, but it may be techcraft.in, techcraft.org. So originally our website is techcraft.com, so it will give the IP address information about that .com. So what about the remaining part? Remaining part is, see, techcraft.com. We have only information about this, but we don't have information about this. So this techcraft.com, this we don't have information about this. Now this TLD server will give the IP address of another server called as authoritative server. This will give the IP, this TLD server will give the IP address of the authoritative server. Now the request will be sent to the authoritative server, auth server. Now this authoritative server will give the IP address of the our techcraft.com, since it has the information about techcraft. So the IP address will be stored in the DNS resolver cache. Now this IP address, after storing in the cache, will be given to the browser. Now the browser has the IP address of the server. Which server? techcraft.com server. Now the IP request will be transferred to the web server, wherever the location is. Now the response will be given to the system. Now system will store the IP address of this web server in its cache. Every system has its own cache. In its cache, it will be stored. What happens if you clear, if you clear your system cache? Again, the IP address will be available in the DNS resolver cache. So there is no issue. So that's all what we have learned up to now. So let me summarize what we have learned. When you type anything, this is the first step. When you type anything in your web browser, let's say we have typed www.techcraft.com, the request will be sent to the DNS resolver. Now DNS resolver will ask for the root server. Root server will again take help of TLD server. TLD server, the next step is authoritative server. Now authoritative server will give the response to the DNS resolver, and DNS resolver will store its cache, and after that the response will be given to the our browser. Now our browser, now sorry, our browser will ask for the server IP, server response 6, sorry, server response. Now the web page will be displayed on the system. So this is what we have learned today. Thank you.